In 2015, I was in art school studying to be a graphic designer and visual artist. I was studying things like typography, branding, motion graphics, animation basics. And then on a holiday road trip in 2015, I had a car crash and went blind. 6 months later, I went back to art school. So what happened next? Hello, my name is Ishan, and as I was saying in that intro, I went blind in the middle of art school. I was in my second year, and 6 months after that car crash, in a search to return my life back to how it was and make it normal again, I went back to art school. That time, I did not know that things could not be entirely the same again. It didn't stop me from trying. So I went back, and after some boring admin meetings, we decided we'll give this a try. I became my school's first blind student for the first time. I was doing this course called soft sculpture, where I made a few paintings by taking dried grass and leaves and mixing them in PVC glue and acrylic paint and then pasting them on to a canvas. And while I wish that I had pictures of these, that work's completely lost to time. A very curious thing happened when I went to go exhibit this work. I thought people might ask me, okay, what is this abstract shape supposed to mean? Why textured leaves and grass? What was the process like? How did you choose the colors? But instead, all the comments revolved around, oh, a blind guy made this painting. And it almost felt like no one would criticize it because a blind person made it. And really soon, I found that I would never be able to have that critical discussion with my visual art, at least not in the way it was happening at that point in that school. So I realized that my work and me would never be able to be a critical part of the discussion, and sooner or later, my voice would kind of become this weird echo chambery thing. So I kind of stopped making visual art and I pivoted back to music, which is something I was already doing at the time. I was in a band called Space Behind the Yellow Room, and we used to go on tour and do all of these cool shows. And before I wanted to be a graphic designer, I wanted to be a musician. So I decided I'm going to pivot back. But as I explored my career more and more and got way deeper into playing music, a few things happened in the process. I was having a lot of conversations with a lot of artists, and a lot of times these conversations were really cool and interesting, and I thought they would make for great YouTube content. And also I started consuming a lot of YouTube. Even though I'm blind, I started watching a lot of YouTube. And yes, I do still call it watching, because saying I was listening to YouTube is fucking lame. What am I doing here on one of the most visual platforms ever? I did a lot of research. I saw that a lot of blind people would go and put their cameras in one fixed place and have some sort of editing pipeline on iMovie or stuff like that, and like Final Cut Pro, but like Final Cut Pro was $299 and I didn't want to really spend that kind of money at the time. So a lot of these questions popped in. Where would I get a camera? How would I place this camera and make sure it never moved? Where would I get the money for an editor? And the more YouTube guru content I watched, everyone was like, hey, you need to follow one single niche for a long time. And my whole philosophy in life was around the fact that all of us contain multitudes and should be able to do everything we want to do. Like the whole reason I'm making YouTube videos now instead of single-handedly focusing on my music is because I just love multiple formats and mediums. The truth of the matter is that back then, the tech wasn't really up to par for me to single-handedly produce a whole video. I could not have been a real part of the video production apart from just like scripting it and sitting in front of camera and shooting it. So I put those ideas to the side for a second, but as time went by, two very core things happened. One, vertical video skyrocketed, and anything related to marketing had to be in vertical video format, thanks to TikTok. And two, the world pushed towards more and more accessible tech, which I'm really grateful for. I used to not care about what I posted on Instagram. I should just point the camera and just shoot something. This is one of my old videos. So last year in 2025, when I was releasing my debut album, I was faced with this challenge. I had to make Instagram Reels. I had to make all of this short form vertical content, and I was back at the same spot. I couldn't edit my videos. So I did a lot of research and tried a bunch of video editors, and none of these really worked. But I knew I had to make some sort of vertical content, and I couldn't afford hiring someone to just make all of this content for me. So I dived in and found out that Final Cut Pro actually has a trial. Actually, they used to have one. They very recently, ever since the advent of Creator Studio, removed it. But I was really grateful that they had a free trial for Final Cut Pro that I could use and make these videos and start learning the software. And initially, these reels were not that good. And slowly and steadily, I started trying to get them better and better and better, till the point where I was able to plonk out a reel a day for a bit. Key to this phenomena was how accessible Apple made Final Cut Pro. They didn't really need to make it blind accessible, but thankfully they did for the few handful of people like me who like to do video editing as blind people. So let me show you how it works.
Library sidebar. Final Cut Pro is new. Window. Timeline. You are currently on Show or Hide the Photos. Video. Show or Hide the Library sidebar. Select Project Timeline. Layout area. In Project Timeline. Final Cut Pro is new.
And if you're wondering what those talking things on my screen are, it's a screen reader software made by Apple called VoiceOver that reads everything out on the screen and speaks it out aloud. But as my initial rush of being able to make these reels died out, there was some sort of achievement or enjoyment in like, whoa, I can do this thing now. I realized that it wasn't really as gratifying, because at the end of the day, I was participating in a system that I fundamentally didn't agree with. There's so much research to show that how scrolling through short form content eats into your attention span and causes just like a plethora of ill feelings. And from my anecdotal research, I knew that most people, when they come out of a scrolling session, don't really feel some great sense of joy. And I did not feel some great sense of joy from posting every day either. And well, my answer to that was long form content on YouTube. So here I am. But how did I get here? It takes way more to make a long form YouTube video than it takes to make a 45-second Instagram reel. And the people who are good at making reels are really good at making them really quick. But first things first, there's the whole investment in sound design, because a lot of people watch YouTube on their TVs or on like a laptop or something with real speakers, and I had to work with that. Luckily, thanks to being a musician, I had been working in Logic Pro for years, and because of that, actually doing the sound design came really quick and easier to me. With some research and watching and studying some of the videos, I was able to start implementing some of the ideas I saw in other people's videos into my own. And here's what working in Logic Pro looks like for a blind user.
Low cut frequency, 20.0 Hz, 20.0 Hz, 22.0, 34.0 Hz, 36.30, 40, 46.48, 50.55, 60, 70.0, 75.80.0 Hz, 85.90.0 Hz, 95.0 Hz, 100, 23.8%, slider, 23.8%, slider.
As I got closer and closer to producing a long form video, I started doing more research on what it takes to be seen on a platform where 20 million videos are uploaded every day. And I came across this idea of packaging.
Thumbnails.
But that thumbnail packaging basically means the thumbnail and the title. And I was back at a brick wall, because I was like, oh, how am I gonna make a thumbnail? So I did some research on accessible graphic design softwares, and there aren't really any. So I used AI to code myself a tool and make myself an app, and I called it the Accessible Thumbnail Maker.
Controls, form, heading level 2, controls, format and export, group, export.
As you can see in this app, it's pretty basic. All it does is takes a photo, resizes it to the YouTube thumbnail spec, and if you want, it puts a border and adds some text and slaps it on. And lo and behold, there were thumbnails now. Just like that, I had all the pieces of the puzzle. I could edit my video, I could do the sound design, I could package it, and my channel was up in September 2025. That's when I first tried this whole YouTube thing. And the thing is, nothing about it worked. Absolutely nothing. And I'm thankful that because of the context that I was putting this up in, I didn't just get slammed into, oh, a blind guy's making this, so we should watch these. When you're sitting in your room alone, you want to be entertained and you want to watch something that's good and well produced. So the click-through rate, which is the rate at which people were clicking into the thumbnails, was down in the dumps. The video was just one static frame, and the sound design also wasn't that great. So much so that I've completely wiped all of those videos off now and completely restarted this channel earlier this year. As I was taking these videos down and rewatching them, the truth of the matter was that I realized even I wouldn't watch these videos. So here I was, a musician who decided, okay, maybe music is not a viable path, went into graphic design, got that taken away, went back to music, made that a viable path, came back to making this visual content, and it seemed so close, but still just a little far, almost within grasp, but not really. So I studied some more and tried to pinpoint exactly what was wrong. In a lot of ways, I was back at the drawing board, and the biggest things that I found that were lacking, so to say, that I couldn't fix on my own were the packaging, which is the thumbnail design, again, and some more advanced video editing things of flipping the camera around, adding some motion graphics. So I decided to take my own advice. It's okay to ask for help. With a very modest budget, I decided to ask someone for help with making the thumbnails and ask a friend of mine who does the final touches on the edit on this channel. And that's how in January 2026, we were able to relaunch this channel. So on this video right now, what has been done by me and what's been outsourced. So all the scripting, video shooting, and sound design is done by me. The first pass of the edit, where I cut out all the bloopers, stitch the video together, consolidate the B-roll, that's also done by me. Then this video goes to my friend Virat, who's the editor, and he does this thing. And he does things like switching the frame around, adding motion graphics, adding the title screen and end screen, and the final finishing touches on the video. And then my brother Raghav, who's a chef and graphic designer, makes the thumbnails that go on. However, for this video, I decided I'm going to use that accessible thumbnail maker app just in the spirit of this video to see what happens. Here we are. I mean, after 10 years, back to creating stuff in a visual medium, and feels kind of cool. And from a general YouTube lens, this channel doesn't have 1 million subscribers or thousands of views or anything. We're at a modest 38 subscribers at the time of recording this. The highest long form video has about 180 something views. But that's not why I made these videos in the first place. I made them because I really wanted to make long form content that I would want to watch. And I think the biggest takeaway for me, and if you're here at this point in the video, is that really, honestly, if you really put your head down, so many things that seem impossible are actually solvable. If you watch a lot of marketing or success or guru videos, they'll give you all of these metrics of success. But at the end of the day, you can just make up your own metrics of success. For me, being able to consistently do this channel is a metric of success, and I'm kind of proud that I'm here right now. So in that spirit, we're gonna make a few predictions just for fun to see where we land. I'm definitely gonna try to do this for a whole year. And at the end of this year, I think I would have made 46 videos. Yeah, let's say 46, because I'm sure we'll miss a couple of weeks and stuff will happen, vacations, gigs, something will happen. I wanna say we'll be at 1,014 subscribers, fingers crossed. And I'm hoping this channel can enable me to talk to a couple of guests that I would normally not have been able to talk to, and have some conversations that will be fun for both me to have and for you to watch. So if you enjoy this video, please consider subscribing and getting us closer to that 1,014 goal. And if you want to watch a video about my journey with asking for help, just like I did in this video, you can watch this video linked ahead. And until the next blind point of view, peace.